All right, boys. So my boy Dustin in the group always challenges me with good questions, but it's always shit that I've been thinking about anyways. So I love when he asks this stuff because I like to share this type of stuff. So basically, I just made a video about how my main account, Command Traffic, is basically doomed to be just a tools account. And the problem is that I set it up the wrong way in the beginning. Okay, I didn't have a clear focus in the beginning. It was all an experiment, and then all of a sudden it just became a tools only account essentially, and it's really hard for me to pivot out of that. Now, this doesn't have to be your destiny, and this is a message that I really want to get across to you guys, because I did all the experimentation and I did all the fucking up so that you don't have to. Okay, now if I were to completely start over, and this is what I'm considering doing on a new account, but if I were to completely start over, what I would do is I would mix the personal brand into the tool concept and have a dual situation. And there's many people that I follow that do this. And in fact, there's quite a few people that I'm friends with who are also influencers that I've helped to integrate tool recommendations into their content in order to make their content more viral for their personal brand. Let me explain. Okay, so I know a guy who's, so one of the guys in the group is a realtor, right? And he started teaching realtors how to generate leads with Facebook ads to sell more houses, right? And so the concept for him, his personal brand is going to be a mentor to real estate agents, and specifically teach them how to leverage Facebook to get more deals and make more sales, right? So his persona is the realtor marketing guy. Look how good I am at closing deals from Facebook ads. I can teach you my system, right? In his content, he is very personable. He shows what he's doing and stuff, and then in the posts, he can sneak in things like, hey, like, for example, a post would be like, hey, you guys want to generate more leads, more buyer leads? I got you. The first thing is you go to, Facebook, you set up this, that, and this other thing. Then you go to BuildWithOS, you set up your automations. This can be part of his personal brand, is showing you tools, tips, and strategies as him, right? I've always just been sitting in a chair. It's been very like faceless almost. People already know him. He mixes in the words, the tools and stuff into his content, and then it still feels personal brandy, but then people also like, save, and share the content because they want to remember the tools that he talked about. I was talking with this guy who's a big Facebook guy. He's known as a Facebook advertiser to his audience, and he's like the Facebook ads genius essentially, right? And we were going back and forth talking. I was like, all you have to do is drop a couple tools in what you're already talking about. All of his videos are kind of selfie videos like this. All you have to do is mention a couple things, like, for example, he was talking about a specific tool that helps you create ads, right? And then throughout it, if he had just dropped one or two more tool names in the post as part of his normal thing, then it would have gotten more likes, saved, and shares, and would have helped the virality of his post, okay? So you can cleverly mix in tools into your personal brand to help you go viral, but also to help you sell more tools. I just didn't personally do that because I didn't know about this concept in the beginning when I first started doing this. All I knew is that if I talked about tools, it would blow up. I didn't have a personal brand. I didn't have an angle. I didn't brand myself as the XYZ person, right? But now, knowing what I know, I would define myself as a personal brand, and then I would use tools throughout my scripts, mentioning tools throughout my scripts to make my content more engaging and make it savable and all that stuff. There's a guy named Nick Sarev or something like that. If you look at his content, he just talks about AI all the time, and he's constantly mentioning tools in it, but it doesn't feel like he's just a tools account. He feels like a personal brand, okay? So that's where That's where I went wrong. But to start a personal brand is so powerful, and I'm jealous of the guy in this group who's a realtor who is on that path, because to be known as the real estate guy, the real estate ads guy, to have that definition on you gives you a lot of power going forward, because people can clearly understand what it is. And then to be able to leverage these things that I'm talking about to grow your personal brand, there's nothing more powerful than a personal brand, for people to know who you are and what you do and how you can help them, right? So I'm jealous of him, because when I've been talking to him, I'm like, dude, don't make the mistakes that I made, okay? Brand yourself, use this shit to blow up yourself, you know, because there's nothing that's going to take that away. If you get 100,000 followers as your personal brand and people know who you are, even if Instagram goes away and it's only TikTok or vice versa, then people will know how to find you on other platforms. They'll remember who you were, right? So the point is, just to clarify things, the point is that you can use all these tools and strategies to become a personal brand, and leverage this stuff to really boost up your personal brand and sell tools and everything all at the same time, and do it in a way that doesn't corner you into just talking about tools. But if you just constantly post about tools and there's no personality there with it, and it's just this tool does this tool does that, then you're going to corner yourself into tool land, what I did, which is not necessarily bad, because now command traffic might be able to have incredible reach talking about just tools, but it's going to be basically like a meme account, you know, that just talks about tools and grows very big, but there's no personal connection there. I hope that makes sense, right? But don't let this confuse you. You know, don't let this confuse you. These are two different things. One's a strategic attack on a very specific type of content, and then the other thing is a personal brand and weaving viral concepts into your personal brand.